All right, let's talk about corporate AI. For years, it's felt like this kind of chaotic, mad dash, right? All these experiments and pilots. It's like we were in the first half of a huge game. But here's the thing, halftime's over. We're in the second half now, and the rules for how you win, they've completely changed.
So let's just cut right to it. Think about the conversations happening about AI inside your company right now. Seriously, what's being said? Because if the big question on the table is still, hey, should we be using AI? Well, you're asking a question from that first half. And that question, it's totally obsolete now. And this really gets to the heart of the new reality. The whole conversation has moved on. It's not a simple yes or no on AI anymore. It's way deeper. The real question is, how do we operate with AI? We're talking about rebuilding your company's entire operating system with AI right at the center. This isn't just about downloading a new app. It's about totally re-engineering the engine of the business.
So what does this actually mean in practice? Well, for starters, AI has officially graduated. It's moved out of the R&D lab and straight into the boardroom. It's not some little side project anymore. Nope, it's a major headline item on the C-suite's agenda.
Okay, and check out the language here. Value realization period, strategic deep water zone. What this really means is that companies are shifting their AI spending. It's coming out of those let's try stuff out innovation budgets and going directly into core operating budgets. And you know what happens when money becomes operational, right? The questions immediately flip from, hey, what cool things are possible to, okay, what's the return on this investment? This next point is huge, so let it sink in for a second. In the future, companies aren't going to fall behind because they can't use AI. No, they're going to fall behind because they can't account for its value. Think about it. Can you actually prove that your AI investments are boosting revenue or slashing costs or making your processes better? Because if you can't put a number on it, you really can't justify having it. And yeah, there's a deadline. Get this, a whopping 90% of CEOs are expecting a measurable ROI from their AI agents. And we're talking about those AI systems that can handle complex jobs all on their own, and they expect it by 2026. That's just around the corner. The pressure is definitely on, and it is coming straight from the top.
Okay, so if measurable ROI is the name of the game, how do you even get there? Well, here's the thing. You can't just install some new software and cross your fingers. That's not going to cut it. You have to actually change the organization. You have to build a whole new organizational OS.
And this number right here tells you everything you need to know. 72%. That's how many CEOs are now the primary AI decision maker. It's not getting passed down to the IT department anymore because everyone gets it now. This is a fundamental business transformation.
And that, of course, raises the stakes to the absolute highest level. The message couldn't be clearer. Getting AI right isn't just a nice-to-have strategic advantage anymore. Honestly, it's becoming a matter of survival for the folks in charge. It's a career-defining moment.
So, how are the top leaders handling this? They're not just pointing fingers and giving orders. They're actually investing. The most forward-thinking CEOs are spending their own time, we're talking over 8 hours a week, just getting up to speed on AI. And they're putting serious money behind it too, spending a huge 60% of their AI budget on upskilling their existing teams. The takeaway is obvious. This isn't about replacing people, it's about empowering them. And this is really the whole point. If you just hand out logins to a new AI tool but nothing else changes, not the job roles, not the workflows, not the incentives, all you're going to get is a bunch of noise. Real, actual transformation only happens when you use AI to completely rethink how the work gets done, not just which button you click to do it.
Which brings us to the next big thing, AI agents. Remember, these are the autonomous systems that can handle complex stuff on their own. And to really unlock what they can do, we need to make another massive mental shift. We've got to stop thinking about them as just pieces of software. Yeah, you heard that right. The companies that are way ahead of the curve, they're starting to treat AI agents less like passive tools and more like, well, like active members of the team. I know that sounds a little weird, but hang with me here, because this idea is the absolute key to managing them the right way. Just look at this comparison. When you think software, you think buy a license, run a task. But when you think team member, what do? You onboard them, you manage them, you govern what they do. It's the same with an AI agent. You don't just install it, you have to onboard it, teach it your company roles, your unique ways of doing things, your big picture goals. It's a totally different mindset.
And here's a paradox that every leader really needs to wrap their head around. The smarter the agent gets, the more governance you need, not less. The need for control actually goes up. And governance just means setting clear rules of the road. What data can it touch? What decisions can it make by itself? Think of it like giving a new hire a really clear job description and the right security clearance. For the agent to have freedom, the organization has to provide the structure.
Okay, so let's tie all of this together. If winning isn't just about having the flashiest AI model, then where is the real competitive advantage? Where's the battle going to be fought? Well, it all comes down to something way more fundamental.
The game has completely changed. Just having a powerful model, that's just the price of admission now. The real difference maker, the thing that sets companies apart, is having an organizational system. A system that can take that model and consistently get measurable ROI out of it. And, just as critical, a system that makes sure the AI executes reliably and safely every single day.
So, what do you actually do? It boils down to these 4 key actions. 1, put AI right into your strategy, not off to the side as a project. 2, put agents directly into your core processes. 3, put strong governance into your systems to keep everything safe and on track. And 4, the big one, put the value you create directly into your financials. You have to track it all the way to the bottom line. And this, right here, is really the main takeaway of this whole thing. The huge models coming out of the big labs, they set the technological ceiling. They show us what's possible. But it's your company's own capability, your strategy, your people, your processes, that's going to determine your business ceiling. It determines how much of that tech magic you can actually turn into real-world value.
So let's wrap up with this one final thought. The technology, it's here. The models, they're incredibly powerful, more than ever before. Everyone can get their hands on them. So the only real question left, and it's the hardest one to solve, is this. The tech is ready for you, but is your organization ready for the tech?